So well, the last class we draw all of the structure of the chart, and today we're going to add watercolor pencils to all of the structure with water. So well, the materials that we are going to use today are we are going to use watercolors pencils. We're going to use one brush, one little brush, and a cup with water. Okay, so now we're going to take our watercolor pencils. I'm going to take the blue one, and you're going to begin to add the color in the top of the triangle, of the central triangle that represents the body of the shark. You're going to add the color. You are going to move very soft. You are going to add the color organizedly. You have to move the color always in the same direction. Look at here, I always move the color in the same direction, and that is going to give us an excellent effect in the drawing. Look at here. And we're not going to add color to all of the central structure. We are going to add only color to the half of the body. Only to the half of the body. We are not going to add color to all of the body. Look at here. Then we are going to add blue in this part of the tail. Take into account to move the color always to the same direction. Here I'm going to make the same thing. And in the dorsal fin, I'm going to make the same process. I'm going to add the color in the same way. I'm going to add a little bit of blue here. And in the pectoral fin, I'm going to make the same thing. Look at here and look at here. I always move my watercolor pencils in the same direction. Take into account that. Okay, so well, here I finish. Then we can add a little bit of yellow color here in this small fish, and in the other one I'm going to make the same thing. Okay, I put color completely. Well, so now we're going to add color to the bubbles. I'm going to add more color in the left part of the circles. Look at here, I add more color here, and in the right it's going to be more soft. And if you don't want to add color to the right part of the circles, you can do it. I add here more color. I always apply color in the same direction. And I add more colors in the left. Look at here, more color here, and here I don't have color. And finally, I am going to use purple to the background of the composition. It is going to represent the water, and I'm going to add purple, taking into account to tilt the color. And I'm going to add a little bit of purple, take into account to move the color in the same direction. Look at here. The color is going to be very near to the shark. You don't have to apply to all of the background. You only have to apply in the parts that you want. shift your color and apply in the same direction. Apply the color in order, and I'm going to add color here a little bit in the front of the mouth. So well, now we're going to add a little bit of water. We're going to use the brush. You take a little bit of water and you are going to add in this part of the composition. Here you can move the brush in different ways, and you are going to see how the watercolors pencils is going to change all of the texture. Look at here. You can move the brush in different ways. You can take a little bit of water if you want. And here you are going to add only water in the back side of the central part of the composition. Then we are going to make the same process in the dorsal fin. I'm going to add color here in the left part, and I'm going to move the water to the left part of the triangle. Look at here. I clean a little bit my brush. I add a little bit of water, and I'm going to say the same thing in the pectoral fin. Here I'm going to move the watercolor pencils to the right. And now we are going to add water here to the brush, and we're going to add the water to the tail. I begin here, and I'm going to move the watercolors pencils to the left. Look at here. And we finally add water to all of the central structure. Well, if you are going to change the color, you have to add water, you have to clean your brush, and then you can add water, and you're going to add, for example, here to the bubbles. I'm going to add water, and you can see how you combine the water with the watercolor pencils. You can move to different directions. You can move in different positions. And now I'm going to add color to the background. I clean my brush. Then I'm going to add water, and I'm going to add color to the background of the composition. I can change the directions if you want. Here I change the directions, and you can move your brush more free here in this case. Look at here. You can add more water. We are not going to add color to the fish, to the small fish. We are not going to add. And here I can move my brush more free. And we are going to finish. And so that's all. This is our final drawing.